Man serial killer boast doubted in Chinese scholar case. Chicago APU. A former University of Illinois doctoral student on trial for killing a visiting scholar from China searched the internet for instructions on committing murder before the woman vanished, which one expert on serial killers says may be a sign that his boast to have killed 12 other people is false. Brent Christensen's claim, which the FBI hasn't ruled out, came in conversations recorded by his girlfriend, Tara Bullis, who he may have been trying to impress by saying he was a serial killer. Bullis, the Christensen, who is now 29, described to her how he lured Yingying Zhang into his car on June 9, 2017, as she waited for a bus and then forced the 26-year-old into his apartment. There, he raped Du. At a vigil for Zhang on June 29, 2017, Christensen seemed proud as he told Bullis had killed others, you even tracing 13 on her hand with his finger, she testified Thursday. The FBI arrest. Christensen has pleaded not guilty to kidnapping resulting in death, though his lawyer told jurors during opening statements he did kill Zhang. He faces a for someone who purports to be a seasoned killer. Going back to his days as an undergraduate in physics in Wisconsin, Christensen devoted lots of time researching the topic leading up to Zhang's disappearance. He downloaded an article, Beyond the. But Christensen does share some traits with convicted serial killers. He targeted a stranger, say prosecutors. Sexual fantasy. A 2015 FBI report on serial killers said 70% were highly stressed before they began killing. In 2016, he also shared a longing for infamy, texting 2 weeks before Zhang went missing that, choking is also a marker for some serial killers, said Yaksik, because it satisfies their craving for control. Christensen told Bullis he choked Zhang for 10 minutes. Killers have been known to exaggerate their number of victims, possibly in a bid to become yet more notorious. Before he was the claims often can't be proven or disproven, so it's likely no one will ever be able to say with complete certainty Christensen is lying. Prosecutors dangled the possibility Christensen killed before during openings last week. Under most Agent Andrew Huckstad told jurors this week that the FBI continues to investigate Christensen's claims. He said that saying, the investigation likely involves checking if Christensen's DNA matches DNA found at the scenes of unsolved homicides in Illinois and Wisconsin. He grew up in government filings say there's evidence of at least one previous assault. They say a woman. Defense lawyers say Christensen was in a drunken stupor when he spoke about other victims and that it isn't true. They've also denied actual serial killers, explained Yaksik, demonstrated more patience than Christensen, who only happened upon Zhang and pulled up to her during the day along streets lined with surveillance cameras. Yaksik says he thinks there's only a one apes, he said, are. Follow Michael Tarm on Twitter.
Raindrop, truck top, smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.